We're going to start the meeting. This is a regular meeting of the Township of Washington in accordance with the requirements of the New Jersey statutes regarding open public meetings. Notice of this meeting was legally advertised in the Courier Post and the South Jersey Times and posted on the bulletin board in the municipal building. Fire exits are located through the double doors on your left and your right. Please silence all mobile devices. This meeting is being videotaped. Anyone who does not wish to be seen on television may be excused. This will be shown on Channel 9 and on Verizon Channel 36 every week, Sunday at 9 p.m., Wednesday at 7 p.m., Friday at 10 p.m., and Saturday at 10 p.m., and will continue until the next meeting. Flag salute. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, roll call.
Mrs. Doherty?
Here.
Ms. Pasqualone?
Here.
Mrs. Williams, I'm sorry.
She will be late.
Mr. Longfellow? Here. Mr. Perry?
Here.
Mayor Gattinelli?
Here.
Mr. Platt?
Here.
Mr. Gonter?
Here.
We have a quorum.
Okay. We'll start with proclamations and presentations. We have the mayoral State of the Township address. Mayor Joanne Gattinelli, take the floor.
Good evening. I stand before council and the residents of Washington Township at the completion of this administration's second year in office to present you with the current state of Washington Township. As I stated last year, there were many goals and objectives of my administration from the very beginning to improve the township and the services our residents expect and deserve. It is my intent and will always be my intent to continuously make Washington Township a more exceptional place to live, work, and raise your family. I am pleased to announce that many of the goals of my administration have been accomplished and created new opportunities for the community. With the help of our Washington Township Council, our department heads, supervisors, and the rest of our dedicated employees, we are well on our way to making even more improvements for this year, 2019. In reference to budget and taxes, it has been my goal from the beginning to keep local property taxes stable. In both 2017 and 18, there were no municipal tax increase, while at the same time improving services to our residents. We anticipate that there will be no municipal tax increase for this year, 2019, either. As you also know, we introduced the Shop Washington Township program as a way for residents to save money on their property taxes and to help business owners keep their businesses in Washington Township. I am pleased to announce that this program, sponsored by Republic Bank, is a huge success here in Washington Township. $515,000 has been spent locally amongst the 40 businesses registered. All residents should have received a Shop Washington Township rewards card in the mail, along with your Washington Township calendar last year. These cards are still available in each department of the municipal building for those residents who have not enrolled in the program. We thought it was important to bring back the township calendar and commissioned our elementary school students again this year to create the beautiful pictures that you will see when you open your calendar this year. The 2019 calendars will be available online starting next week. I also would like to mention some of the other cost-saving measures we've taken during 2018. The township entered into a 3-year energy contract with a company to provide greater energy proficiencies and over $70,000 in cost savings in our municipal buildings. The township has also entered into a number of shared service agreements in 2018 to help residents save money while still delivering the same or better level of all services. These shared service agreements include the construction of the new turf field located at the Washington Township High School for use by all township youth and sports recreation programs. a shared services agreement with the Board of Trustees for the Margaret E. Hagan Free Public Library, and the continuation of the shared services agreement with the Board of Education for our school's safety and security. We have also bid the contract for our copy machines and printers, both saving additional monies and acquiring better equipment. This resulted in a 30% reduction in cost for copiers and printers. As I've mentioned before, Republic Bank is sponsoring the Shop Washington Township program. Not only have they generously sponsored our program, but they were also awarded the bid for municipal banking services for 2017. Republic Bank was the best option for the township as it had increased reliability and saved the town thousands of dollars. I was also pleased to be a part of many grand openings of new businesses in Washington Township this past year. Some of these businesses include Scarpanato's Burger Bar, the Walmart grand reopening, Upscale Creations Hair and Barbershop, Aquarius Supply, PM Pediatrics, South Jersey Lice Lady, Orange Theory Fitness, Kadar Orthodontics, and many more, among many others. Washington Township added over 60 new businesses in 2018. It is wonderful to see Washington Township continue to expand and create new opportunities for all. In reference to public safety and security, our number one priority is to make sure that our residents are always safe and secure. Through the efforts of Chief Gersick and our dedicated police department, we have instituted many new programs, including new forms of community policing to keep our community safe and secure. We have a strong relationship with the Board of Education and have extended our shared services agreement to place additional police officers in our schools to make sure that our most important assets, our children, are safe and secure during their school day. We have also hired additional police officers where necessary, including special law enforcement officers who are well-trained while at the same time help save the township money. We will continue to keep public safety a top priority for 2019 and beyond. Visual improvements. You may have noticed some visual changes around the township throughout the year. There have been many updated and improved township facilities. This has really been a team effort by my administration, including our Public Works Department, Parks and Recreation, our town engineer, and team behind the scenes. I know that many of you have been noticing our efforts to keep Washington Lake Park clean and orderly. We have several renovations planned for the park this year, including new roofs on park structures, new paved walking and bike paths, as well as demolition of old structures to start the removal of blight at the Cedar Lake segment of Washington Lake Park. The township has received many compliments from residents as well as non-residents of Washington Township who have informed me that they come from out of town just to spend some time in our beautiful park. Our Public Works and Parks and Recreation departments have really put a lot of time and effort in keeping the park immaculate, and I appreciate all the hard work and dedication. This past year, there have been many paving and roadwork projects around town. I have had many residents calling and emailing regarding the paving of their streets. The town engineer, along with public works supervisors, have been compiling a list of streets that are in need of paving. We ask the residents to continue to be patient as paving is an expensive renovation and there can only be so many streets repaved each year. The township has also recently finished completion of a project for the baseball fields, including paving of the parking areas, installing a guide rail and safety flashers. In addition, fencing improvements will be seen through the winter as well. Public Works will be working with the baseball program for building improvements at the Herfel-Grenlock Baseball Complex. Residents can now see all of the paving that was also completed at the East Holly-McCucci Football Field Complex. We have also made improvements to various municipal facilities and infrastructures to better serve our residents. There have been substantial improvements to the Senior Citizen Center, the CAC building, the new refurbished police storage building on Fish Pond Road, and the police department, Sallyport. New initiatives. From the beginning, I have made it my goal to be open and friendly to any and all business owners that are willing to be a part of Washington Township. I want to continue to create a town that is business-friendly, essentially a town that wants to keep and bring in new businesses. In order for this to happen, we needed to foster strong relationships with our brokers, business owners, and developers. With that being said, my administration has made it possible for us to communicate and develop relationships that are important for the growth of our town, Washington Township, by hiring an economic development consultant, Nancy Mozzacchio. We have designed brand-new Washington Township economic development booklets to entice developers and bring businesses back to our town. We have established a Black Horse Pike Task Force Committee focused on an area in need. We have also started some new redevelopment projects with the efforts of our Township Solicitor and Planner. We are continuing our resident outreach programs such as My Coffee with the Mayor meetings, 8 small budget meetings, 2 open budget hearings, Employee of the Month awards, and biweekly department head meetings. I find it imperative that I keep all department heads on the same page when it comes to the services provided for Washington Township residents. When we are all informed of new procedures and improvements, we can better serve our community. As for budget meetings and Coffee with the Mayor meetings, they were designed to open the lines of communication between municipal government and our residents. We find that many residents have questions or concerns they would like addressed face-to-face, and we have fostered these opportunities. The meetings were created in the hopes that residents bring constructive idea that will help better our town. When it comes to the budget meetings, I feel as though we introduced a way for residents to ask their questions or provide any concerns they may have in regards to the township budget. In 2018, Township Council adopted a no-knock ordinance to give residents an opportunity to prevent door-to-door sales and peddlers from coming to their homes. We have received excellent feedback from residents, especially our senior citizens who are most vulnerable to scams, which unfortunately sometimes occur from door-to-door sales. Recently, the township also received a $20,000 sponsorship from Jefferson Health Hospital to initiate our new bike share rental program in Washington Lake Park for all residents to enjoy. New events and banding together. There have been many events that have brought together our first responders, the police department, fire department, EMS, and our municipality. I feel it is beneficial for the town as a whole for all of our public service representatives to work together in order to make our community better and safer for all who live and work here in Washington Township. Community outreach events like National Night Out, Fishing with a Cop, Coffee with a Cop, Battle of the Badges Blood Drive, Movies in the Park, Shop with a Cop, Concerts in the Park, Cool Off with a Cop, the 4th of July Parade, First Annual Police Canine Charity Car Show, which raised over $10,000, and the annual Christmas tree lighting, just to name a few. I am happy to report the DARE program was well received. We are planning to host an opioid overdose awareness and reversal training that has been very successful in our neighboring towns. I believe it is crucial for young children to be aware of the dangers of drug use. With the threat of opium use increasing, it has become more of an epidemic than ever before. This past year alone has brought to light the effects of drug use in our community as well as around the state. Our local emergency planning committee has also been hard at work when it comes to the safety of our residents. They have been a part of many different drills to prepare for real emergency situations such as an active shooter, suspicious package situations, bomb threats, and fire. In 2018, our Emergency Planning Committee worked with Jefferson Hospital and the County Office of Emergency Management to simulate a very successful drill for a building collapse which involved Washington Township Police, Fire, and EMS. We have made some changes to the members of the committee as well as the organization of this group to be more effective and reliable in real emergency situations. Community. I am pleased to report through the efforts of the Environmental Commission and Green Team, Washington Township was recognized for the second year in a row as a certified sustainable community by Sustainable Jersey. We can count ourselves among the more than 200 New Jersey municipalities who have achieved this status. I am proud that Washington Township has taken these steps to go green and take care of our community. Along with reaching this wonderful status, there has been other initiatives established to encourage Washington Township residents to go green. We have continued to host our Shred Day events twice a year, as well as the Environmental Commission's annual Cleanup Day. I am also excited to announce we completed another Go Green initiative to partner with a state grant to help fund replacing all the lights in the municipal, public works, and police building with low-use LED lighting that requires less energy usage and helps to save money on costs. As part of this grant, we also replaced all of the air conditioning units in the police department with higher efficiency units. I would like to acknowledge the dedication and huge efforts of all the volunteers in Washington Township who help make a difference in our town. I had not realized the large amount of selfless individuals who offer their free time to help the less fortunate. Organizations like Mother's Cupboard, Mothers Matter, and the Christmas Angels are amongst the amazing groups. I was honored to be able to contribute my time to most of these organizations. It makes me proud to know that when there are people in need, there will be volunteers to offer them help. With the help of our township solicitor and engineer, we are able to accomplish the demolition of the Watson Turkey plant, which has been an eyesore for many years and has been a subject of resident complaints since even before I took office. The cost of this project will be the responsibility of the property owner and has been partially subsidized by grants. We have already met with a number of potential redevelopers for that site and are hopeful that it can be redeveloped and be a positive commercial rateable for the township once again. We have continued to improve transparency between our residents and the township. Besides our creation of many township social media platforms, open public budget meetings, and multiple mayor and chief of police programs, we introduced the Washington One app, which will allow residents to register any complaints or issues with the township and follow the progress of their concerns. We also have continued with the Washington Township Save Lives program, which was started in 2018 and provides free rides for all township residents from township bars and restaurants to their homes. This program was initiated with much fanfare to help reduce drunk driving accidents and save lives and keep our roads safer. The numbers speak for themselves, as Washington Township has had a 6% decrease from 2017 to 18 in DWI arrests and a 30% decrease from 2017 to 18 in DWI arrests involving township residents. In closing, I would like to thank our dedicated township employees and volunteers for all their hard work day in and day out to help our township grow and improve. I also want to especially thank our police department, our first responders, for risking their lives for all of our residents and visitors each and every day. We will continue to do what is in the best interest of the township and will continue to work with our government agencies to pursue new initiatives for our community. We ask that you follow us on social media, as you will receive frequent updates. Thank you to Township Council for working with my administration and helping improve the township. Finally, I would like to end by saying thank you to all the Washington Township residents for your continued support, as my administration works extremely hard every day to make Washington Township a better place to live, work, and raise a family. Thank you.
Next up, we're going to change the format here a little bit. I got thrown a curveball. We have our Economic Development Coordinator, Nancy Mizzacco.
Good evening, and thank you. Tonight I'm here to recap some of the initiatives that we created last year under economic development and talk a little bit about what we are contemplating for 2019. So first to 2018, as the mayor mentioned, we talked a lot about some of the pain points that we heard from the community and business owners about dealing with the process of bringing projects in or opening businesses in Washington Township. So we work tirelessly through all of the departments to create what we feel is a more seamless approach and an easy approach for a business owner to come into the town and actually read a pamphlet that takes you step by step from what you need to do from the beginning all the way to the time when you schedule your grand opening, and that continues today. In addition to that, there are many events that we held last year, including, we talked about pop-up stores last year. We did a few pop-up stores, such as Vineyard Vines came in last year. We did an art and fashion event that had 4 different retailers that were in a pop-up event. Avon came in for a pop-up event, and we're continuing with that. We also worked with quite a few wineries and communicated with restaurants to pair them with non-liquor licensed restaurants to create a better experience, and that is something that's in play currently. In addition to that, we held a women's entrepreneurs and women's business owners event, which was very successful. We are anticipating at least 2 to 3 of those events coming in 2019. We also started to grow the Shop Washington program, as the mayor mentioned. We now have a Facebook page that's dedicated specifically to the Shop Washington merchants, which should make it easier to navigate. We should have 3 more businesses signed by month's end, which will bring us to 43. Again, Mayor mentioned the $515,000 of dollars spent shopping locally, and that was 3,100 residents with cards and 150 renters. So we're looking to grow that as well, but very successful for the first year. In addition to that, as the mayor mentioned, we're putting a very particular focus on the Black Horse Pike in 2019. We want to create an environment we are communicating effectively with all of the real estate brokers, business owners, possible tenants. We're putting together a roadshow where we're actually going to take the broker community up and down the Black Horse Pike and visit the actual vacancies so we can see and touch and feel what's there. Hoping to achieve some occupancy rates with that. So that'll go into effect this year. In addition, we're working with Jefferson Hospital to work on some co-branding, because in addition to communicating with brokers and tenants, today's environment, you need very specific data to drill down on why a tenant needs to come to the Black Horse Pike, what the importance is. You can't just say Washington Township is a great community. So Jefferson Hospital has some tremendous data, and we've agreed to work together and create some co-branding so we can talk very specifically about what Jefferson provides to the town, what the medical uses provide to the town, and what that means in terms of daytime population, which then could hopefully allow tenants to commit to businesses or vacant spaces along the Black Horse Pike or anywhere within Washington Township. In addition to that, we are working with the broker community along with our GIS mapping, which was brought in last year, which has worked out very well for me personally and a lot of our brokers, because other towns do not have this. It's a very instrumental tool in understanding what's available in the town in terms of land area, what utilities may be available or not available with a particular parcel. It's something that sets us apart from other towns, and we're using that to our full advantage. So that's something that, those are things that we're working on in 2019, a little bit of recap for 2018. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, now saving the best for last. We have Chief Pat Gersick giving our 2019 Police Department goals and objectives. I had to say that because I had to bump them.
Thank you.
The mayor will be meeting with you right after this meeting.
Good evening, Mayor and Council and Township residents. One of my responsibilities is to report annually to the governing body of Washington Township. Tonight, I've provided each of you with a report outlining our progress in 2018. This calendar report will provide to the Mayor and Council. We will provide to the Mayor and Council on a monthly basis going forward. Tonight's report recaps the entire 2018 year, included in data on the calls for service, crime stats, traffic stats, Detective Bureau stats, firearm stats, internal affairs stats, police use of force stats, canine stats, training stats, and a fleet analysis. Productivity increased in 2018. Every category of enforcement saw increases. Community patrols were up, and total enforcement increased 35%. We addressed 250 abandoned motor vehicles parked on township streets through our zoning office. This is a list of all the residential streets that we address with zoning. Cars that are parked on the streets unregistered and uninsured or broken down. In 2018, we were able to make several needed promotions and hired several new police officers, including school resource officers. We engaged in a multitude of community caretaking events. Our goal for the new year will be to continue to provide service, security, safety, and enforcement throughout the township. We're community caretakers, and I take that responsibility to our community seriously. I want our officers building relationships within our community that will last for years to come. To listen, care, and engage with our community in a positive experience will be a mainstay in 2019. Safe neighborhoods give incentives to residents to invest in the community and to believe in our police department. This year, we will expand our outreach initiatives and look to participate in a wider array of community programs. While continuing with our current programs, we will research and develop new programs to continue to build strong relationships with our residents. Our agency lost its accreditation status in 2013. The new application process has been a long road. Over the last 2 years, hundreds of proof standards have been reviewed. Our on-site assessment evaluation has been successfully completed. Accreditation will guarantee that our department is operating under the best identified practices in law enforcement. We hope to receive this significant achievement at a council meeting in April. With the help of council, we hope to receive some capital improvements in 2019. Some facility upgrades and safety initiatives are being proposed for police headquarters. Some updates of police technology and software are being proposed. Security upgrades are needed on several fronts. We will also look to expand the body-worn camera program. We hope to be able to continue with our fleet replacement recycling life cycle program by replacing any police vehicles with over 100,000 miles. We will search high and low for any new grant funding. I've made a budget request for several new full-time police officers, along with several part-time special law enforcement officers. Any and all new hires will be designated to our patrol bureau to increase staffing. There will be no transfers to other bureaus in 2019. Last year, we saw an increase in calls for service, an increase in the number of arrests made, an increase in motor vehicle crashes. There were over 2,000 crashes in town. 3 of those were fatal accidents. My goal is to have 75% of our police force assigned to the Uniform Patrol Bureau. We will continue to build upon our new culture for the police department through training, evaluations, changing views on community policing, and by hiring community-oriented police recruits. Finally, we look to recognize excellence. When officers and their work are valued, their satisfaction and productivity rises, and they are motivated to maintain or improve their good work. Praise and recognition are essential to an outstanding workplace. At the end of 2018, we submitted a record number of county award nominations to the County Awards Committee Board. We are confident that Washington Township Police will be well represented at the May Awards dinner. Thank you.
Thank you, Chief. Okay, now down to business. Bill list. I need approval of the bill list with amendment for January 23rd, 2019.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
Any discussion on it? Roll call?
Mrs. Doherty?
Yes.
Ms. Pasqualone?
Yes.
Mrs. Williams?
Yes.
Mr. Longfellow?
Yes.
Mr. Perry?
Yes. Okay, minutes. Excuse me. Approval of regular minutes for January 3rd, 2019. Motion to approve the minutes.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Any discussion on the minutes? Roll call?
Mrs. Doherty?
Yes.
Ms. Pasqualone?
Yes.
Mrs. Williams?
Yes.
Mr. Longfellow?
Yes.
And Mr. Perry?
Yes. Okay, moving on to the ordinances. Ordinance 1, 2019 salary ordinance for the Township of Washington. This ordinance is up for introduction only and will be voted on at the next council meeting. Motion to introduce.
Make that motion.
You get a second?
Second.
Any discussion? Roll call?
Mrs. Doherty?
Yes.
Ms. Pasqualone?
Yes.
Mrs. Williams?
Yes.
Mr. Longfellow?
Yes.
Mr. Perry?
Yes. Ordinance 2. Ordinance authorizing an agreement for tax abatement for Albert DiCicco Revelation Salon for the property known as Block 195, Lot 14.02. This ordinance is up for introduction only. Motion to introduce.
Make that motion.
Second.
Any discussion? Roll call?
Mrs. Doherty?
Yes.
Ms. Pasqualone?
Yes.
Mrs. Williams?
Yes.
Mr. Longfellow?
Yes.
Mr. Perry?
Yes. Okay, moving on to resolutions. The following resolutions are by consent agenda and only require a vote for all listed. Each one must be read by title. If any member of the council wishes to have one removed and heard separately, they need to indicate prior to the reading of the titles. Anybody want anything pulled? Okay. We did pull
37 was removed.
37?
Yes.
Okay. Resolution 25, resolution authorizing a transfer of budget appropriations. Resolution 26, resolution accepting grant funds for the Cops and Shops grant from New Jersey Alcohol Beverage Control Fall Initiative. Resolution 27, resolution appointing members of the Washington Township Municipal Utilities Authority. Resolution 28, canceling the taxes for a totally disabled veteran, Block 115, Lot 3.005, 9 Peacock Circle. Resolution 29, canceling taxes for a totally disabled veteran, Block 226, Lot 9, 19 Bradford Place. Resolution 30, authorizing the Township of Washington to solicit bids for property maintenance services. Resolution 31, resolution authorizing refund of tax overpayments. Resolution 32, resolution appointing an economic development consultant. Resolution 33, resolution updating the mayor's appointment book for 2019 for the Township of Washington. Resolution 34, resolution canceling taxes for Ronald Peltz, a totally disabled veteran, Block 264, Lot 18, 1030 Putnam Place. Resolution 35, resolution accepting grant funds for the Cops and Shops grant from New Jersey Alcohol Beverage Control Summer Initiative. Resolution 36, resolution authorizing the collection of a fee for use of community garden. Resolution 38, resolution of the Township of Washington, County of Gloucester, State of New Jersey, renewing the lease between the Lauren Rose Albert Foundation and the Township of Washington regarding 3 McClure Drive for a period of 1 year. Resolution 39, resolution amending the social media policy of the Township of Washington. Yeah. I get a motion to approve resolutions 29 to 36 and resolutions 38 to 39.
Mr. President, before you go forward, it's actually Resolution 25, not
25, that's what I said.
Okay.
I'm not suffering from Alzheimer's or anything, I said it.
Yes, sir. I misunderstood and misheard you.
I have to agree with you before I agree with the clerk, so.
Thank you anyway, Leo. Do I get a, can I get a motion?
I'll make that motion.
Can I get a second?
Second.
Any discussion? Roll call?
Mrs. Doherty?
Yes.
Ms. Pasqualone?
Yes.
Mrs. Williams,
Yes.
Mr. Longfellow,
Yes.
Mr. Perry.
Yes. Okay, moving on to old business. Anything, have any old business?
Nope.
No.
Nothing at this time.
Andrea? No? Stuart?
No.
Okay, Jason?
Nothing on old.
Nothing.
Joanne? Okay. Any new business?
None at this time.
Just a small report from the Sports Advisory Board that they did just approve the starting phase for a rugby program for Washington Township. So it's in the very beginning stages, so we'll have some details to follow.
No.
Yeah, I'd like to report on the MUA. On Tuesday, January 8th, I attended the MUA's reorganization and public meeting. A discussion was held on improving water and sewer utility with a focus on replacing older pipes with newer ones made of better material to prevent breaks. The historical preservation held a meeting on Thursday, January 17th. We're looking for volunteers to assist with planned events, which include the car show in April and the yard sale in May. Volunteers are invited to attend a meeting on Thursday, January 31st at 7:30 p.m. at the church at the Old Stonehouse Village on Egg Harbor Road. And the Family and Community Services Municipal Alliance Mother's Cupboard in the municipal building is open every Thursday from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. and the fourth Thursday of every month from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. Last night, I attended the district's Equity Coalition meeting. The keynote speaker, Dr. Paul Gorski, led a conversation about race, poverty, and equity. We examined the district's strategic plan for equity. Look for a press release about the event that should be coming out soon with more information.
Stuart? Jason? Joanne?
Colette, did you have a few words? You gonna pass tonight? You're short. Second chance? Good.
Check in. Okay, reports. You kind of jumped ahead what you did. Okay. You got anything?
All the boards have reorganized. Looking forward to a new year with new initiatives.
Okay, I have a couple things. On February 2nd, from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m., we will be having the free rabies clinic. It's sponsored by the county, but Washington Township hosts it, and that will be at the municipal building, not the building, the Public Works building.
You're very noisy.
Yeah, it's distracting. On Sunday, February 3rd, once again, they will be having the Super Bowl hoagie sale. If you want to order prior to the sale, there's a website, you can catch it off of the school board.
We have it
And you
on
to
our
have your
township
order- yeah.
website as well.
So you have to have your orders in by the 31st. On February 8th, the Calvary Church will be holding their second annual Night to Shine prom. On behalf of the church, and I know that they didn't want me to say this, but I want to really thank everybody in the community that helped out with this. They had a volunteers meeting. They had a couple of them. There are 150 special people that are coming to this prom. That means that there's 150 people that are being buddies with them. They also have people that volunteered to be the paparazzi, to be the videographers, to take pictures. They have nurses that volunteer to help with them when they need to go to the restrooms. There are servers because they're going to have a sit-down dinner with it. All the vendors that got involved with food, with cars. I mean, this is a really a great turnout and volunteerism show for not so much the township but the county too, because some of these people are from around the county. They actually have 30 more people attending the prom than last year, so this is going to grow. I also want to thank the Rotary who stepped up and kind of helped too. I had a conversation about a month or two ago with the pastor, Pastor Gary, and his vision for this is 1,000 people attending this. And I tell you what, he's going to get it real soon, so that'll be happening on February 8th. You want to show up at 5:30 and be part of the paparazzi? Come on down. And one last thing I have is, in the paper, there is a Social Security scam that's going out. People are getting phone calls. The number actually shows that it's Social Security, and then they start badgering the people and then threatening them. According to the Social Security, they rarely call, and when they do call, they don't call in a threatening manner. So you might want to let some people know out there in regards to this. I've already talked to it at the senior center, but anyone that has any seniors that they know of, including me, make them aware of this scam. You know, this is the time of the year that they come out. My mother was scammed about a month ago, so we just got to keep it out in the forefront. And that's enough of my reports. Move on to public participation. Please file.
Excuse me, there may be somebody on this side.
You know what, that's strike two, Joe. You never even looked at me. Oh, my goodness. Strike two on Joe. I just wanted to make everybody aware. We have all our contact information we've put on our website, so if there's any need of anything, any department that you're looking for, any questions, concerns, please reach out with us. We do have this. This will be posted on our website. It has everybody's contact information, email address, phone number, extension. So if there's ever any questions or concerns, please reach out to us. We do have our social media as well as our app. I'd really like to see more people utilize that. There's a lot of interesting information that goes along with this, as well as easy sign up, very simple to do. You have it on your phone. You can notify us if there's any issues in town that you see. There's offers, or Shop Washington Township Save Lives. All that is on the app itself. It's very interesting, all the information that can be provided just in the one app and just to be connected with the town itself. That's truly what we want to do. We want to have everyone informed. So please check it out and download that on your phone. So it can be for Android or your Apple iPhone. And just the contact information. I just want to talk a little bit more about the Shop Washington Township program. We've started this. This was initiated January 2018, and it has been successful, but it could be even more successful. So the more folks that sign up and utilize it and support these businesses in town, the more businesses want to be a part of it as well. It just generates. It's going to generate, positivity for everyone and keep our small businesses in business, and that's truly what we want to do. We want to bring more in, but we also want to keep the ones that we have. So if you haven't already done so, there's only 3,100 cards that are signed in for at this time, 150 renters that have them. There's 18,000 homes in the town. Let's try to get out there and get the card. If you don't have a card already, come on out to the municipal building. If you're unsure as to how to do that, we can certainly help you. There's instruction right next to the cards in all of the departments, as well as just a phone call away. We can help you with that. So please, if you can get out there and at least sign yourself up for it, you can start using it. I see it. I'm around town every weekend. I'm out there. I'm making money for myself. So, and supporting the businesses. So if you could do that, you'll see your tax rebates start to come through. And it's joyous. You see people out there that, they forget. If you're standing in line, you're paying for something, and you have to use the Washington Township card, they put it through this, and, they forget that they have it as well. So get it out there, utilize it. The numbers are going to be much higher for next year. I'm anticipating a good year for this year. Thank you.
Anybody else? I don't want to overlook anybody again.
That's too.
Okay, now can I move on? Moving on to public participation. Please follow the public decorum posted, which has also been attached to the public agenda, and limit your comments to 5 minutes. Once you have completed your comments or questions, please take a seat. I will then ask any member of the governing body or their designee if they wish to address your comments and questions asked by the person who just spoke. Can I get a motion to open to the public?
Make that motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, we are now open to the public for comments. Seeing nobody wanting to talk at this meeting, can I get a motion to close to the public?
I'll make that motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
We now have an executive session The executive session will last about, what, a half hour, you say?
Approximately 30 minutes. We do not anticipate taking any action.
Okay.
We'll just need a motion to adopt the resolution and to go into closed session. For the reason of affordable housing litigation, and attending will also be our Affordable Housing Council, Eric Nolan, and our Affordable Housing Planner, Jake Petrangelo.
And that is Resolution 40, resolution authorizing executive session for affordable housing litigation, Eric Nolan, Esquire. Can I get a motion to enter into executive session?
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Roll call.
Mrs. Doherty?
Yes.
Ms. Pasqualone?
Yes.
Mrs. Williams?
Yes.
Mr. Longfellow?
Yes.
Mr. Perry?
Yes.